What do you think, man?
Nothing.
Morning, everybody. Chad and Adler.
Yep.
Dawes Farms. There's the baby. There she is.
Hi, honey.
So pretty. Maximus.
Maximus.
MJ.
MJ, what up? What up, MJ?
All right. Well, do we have something to show everybody? Nope, that's not it. What Jeremiah and Isaiah do yesterday?
The gate.
The gate. All right. Show us. Where is it? Woo, baby. How pretty is that? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? They put a fresh coat of paint on there. Everything. Is that nice?
Oh, yeah.
We got to adjust the closing position, I think it is. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of settings. We went with ghost control operators, and there's a whole bunch of settings. I got to like fine tune it, but they're also going to come back and put a 4-inch wide strap right here to hide where we remove these if we ever want to change them or clean them or whatever. Those cedar slats. Okay, now here's something cool though. The people want to see the gate open. Can you use your superpowers? Can you use the force like Grogu would? How would Grogu open that gate, Baby Yoda?
I'm actually gonna do it with everything I have.
Do it, man.
Okay. Right. This is gonna be a little loud, so cover your ears.
A little loud, so cover my ears. All right, I'm ready. Don't scare the cows.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I will have to.
Okay, they'll be all right.
Because it's usually like so loud.
Are you gonna yell at the gate?
No.
Oh.
That
We'll,
won't work.
we'll do it. Let's see it.
Okay. Rainbow darkness bang! Okay, that didn't work. I don't know how. Okay, never mind. It did work.
Cool, man. Isn't that pretty? Oh, man.
Wait, Dad, was that like actually like real magic?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah. That the whole time.
Come here. I know you knew it. I was trying to trick the people.
Oh.
But we don't want to lie, so it's okay that we told the truth about it. It wasn't real magic.
No.
Even though Frank thinks his poop is magic.
Tank is literally a superhero, so he takes super poops.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Special about it, but... Oh, I forgot it had auto close. Pretty cool, huh? So after you drive through, it closes a minute later, I think.
But Dad, guess what?
What's up?
Guess what I just said to Frank?
What'd you just say?
Since Frank is a superhero, I said, Frank, you gonna fly up to the moon and beat up Thanos?
He could, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Man, it's so cool.
And then he would destroy the moon because Frank was too powerful, and then the whole world would just explode.
So in case anybody's curious, instead of cementing these in, they drove 4-inch round pipe and then braced it with a 45, and then of course all these runners to another 4-inch. They did that on both sides, and I think, whoa, look out. Woo, he almost ran right through that gate. Good thing you slowed down. And in case anybody's curious, these are 4 feet in the ground. I think that's right. Yeah, that's about 5 feet. So every bit of probably 4 feet in the ground. What's up, man? All right. Y'all want some cubes? Who wants cubes? Hey, they met the neighbors yesterday. Did you know that? You want to see them? Smack the camera right here. gotta figure out how to get in there and get them some cubes without them coming out of the gate, you know what I'm saying? You hungry, bro?
Bro.
All right, hop in, Slim.
Are we still bros or are you mad at us?
Hop in.
Frank the tank, and somehow Frank the tank was too big that he was floating, and that he, well, actually, wait, that's not.
Wait, while we were asleep last night, you went to the park with Frank, and he was too big to ride the rides?
Yeah, but one thing that he was able to ride is the roller coaster.
Frank rode a roller coaster?
Yeah, and he was also able to do the swing.
Did he cry for his mommy, or did he like him?
He cried for his mommy.
Yeah, I think he cried for his mommy.
The people in the video.
Oh, man. I was trying to show off how pretty the gate is, but there's just a giant bird turd on the windshield. Hang on. Can we fix that? It didn't work. We'll get it later.
It was kind of working.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's try again.
See, it's kind of working.
Oh, it's awfully slow. There's another one. You know what that means? That means there's birds living underneath our lean-to. I bet there's some nests under there. Should we go check for a nest with eggs in it?
Yeah.
We won't touch it. We'll just go look. Because you're not supposed to touch them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, even though birds can't smell. Man, so huge shout out to Jeremiah and Isaiah and Haley. The gate looks amazing. We're so happy to have it. It's a pretty tender spot in our heart, to say the least. So.
Yeah, birds don't have noses.
Birds don't have noses.
No.
I can hang a couple more gates up top, but they're essentially done for now.
I think I saw like a deer run back.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I saw like a deer run there.
Yep. So they're essentially done for now. They don't, and I don't blame them, but our property, why isn't that going all the way up? There we go. Our property, if they were to do the perimeter in the summer, it would be brutal. I mean, the brush, the ticks, the whatever, the perimeter is what I'm talking about, where people haven't been for 20, 30 years probably. So they're essentially done here until the fall, and we will work on clearing a path for them to do the perimeter this fall, late fall. Sound good?
Let's check in the hay bale. Let's check in the hay bale.
Well, I moved them so they'd quit doing that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I moved the hay so they wouldn't lay, and so Jeremiah could get in there and fix the fence, which we can show them that too. You want to show them?
Well, actually, first I want to get the eggs.
Okay. How many eggs do you think there are? I got them yesterday afternoon, so there might not be any in here, bud. Oh, I was wrong. They're clean. You want to throw them? They're clean.
Okay. Didn't break.
Didn't break. Here, drop it on this piece of concrete right here. Don't throw it because you might hit one, but just drop it on it. Move, chicken. Oh, there you go. You want to get the other one? Oh, better let these goats out too, huh?
Yeah. Well, I hope the goats don't eat the egg.
No, they won't eat it. Throw that egg out there. Just throw it through the thing. It'll break. Oh, goodness. Wipe it on me. We'll take care of that egg here in a minute. Let's let these animals out. Come here, buddy. Oh, my goodness. There's so much noise in here. Look out. Here they come. Goat, 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 goat. Look, here they come. Yeah. No, 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 no. Bad goato. Izzy P. Izzy P, how you got the pink in your hair? Look, she got pink paint in her hair. You see it? Silly. All right, let's go this way. So let's show everybody what Jeremiah did. Gilbert! Gilbert! Did it rain last night, Gildo? They just spilled some. It's okay. So stand by, because the next move is putting a lean-to off of this for these guys to get out of the weather. But it's okay. They're fine. They're tougher than you watching this. If you're worried about it, calm down. Okay? Little Donk. What's up, buddy? How you doing? He looks like he found somewhere to stand. Is he? My goodness. Take it easy. Goodness. About the noisiest pig I ever heard in my life. But yeah, don't worry. They're going to get a covered area to run under from the rain very, very soon. It'll all be okay. If you're new here.
Izzy, at least for 1 second, can you please stop winking?
Oh no. Cowboy said he's not going to stop crowing. If you're new here, welcome in.
Nothing.
If you're old here, welcome to.
Nothing.
You're silly. All right, let's see if we can get the cow some cubes.
We're not expecting that.
I wasn't sure. You're pretty funny though.
Okay, what should I step on this time? I kind of want to stay in here.
Okay. Hey, did you hear that turkey?
Nope.
There's a turkey back here. So this is one of a couple of spots where they get cubes now. And it's a little bit crowded. They all just kind of have to wait their turn. And then sometimes what I do is I drive, hi honey, back up front and dump another bag. But they've got a fresh bale of hay in the woods over there. And they're all completely content and happy. And these cubes are just a snack. Ooh, you got a little something on your face there, brother. Hi, buddy. Hi, but ow! Hit my funny bone. And it wasn't funny. That's a big old boy, man. There he is. See him?
No? Oh, yes.
He's racing.
I think he's running away from us, actually.
He's racing us.
Then we'll have to go higher. Then we'll have to go maximum speed limit.
That was a big old Tom, I believe. So, or is one of them hims with a beard. But I'm pretty sure that strut was a man. Know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what we need to do? Daddy actually has a feeder at the old farm. We need to set up, it's like a deer feeder, but turkeys will eat the corn. We need to set it up out here so they'll come in and eat and we can film them. We'll put them on camera. Does that make sense?
Oh.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I remember the old deer feeder.
Yep.
But before we do that, let's go explore.
Okay.
Actually find the bones.
All right. Pretty slick. Don't worry, our next mission, other than finding bones, we're gonna pick up some trash. Daddy mainly, but Daddy's gonna drive around and pick up some feed sacks, and we've had some things blow around in the wind. We've had a really windy couple of days, haven't we? Yeah. We've We've actually got more coming.
But I actually kind of want to
Explore.
find bones.
Find bones.
Yeah, bones are definitely probably down here.
Yep. Look how pretty this meadow is. I think this is what I would call a meadow. How about you? Would you call this a meadow?
Yes.
Very pretty. Yeah, we need to put that deer feeder right back in here. Let it throw corn everywhere.
Yeah.
Feed the squirrels. Oh, remember when Daddy saw that big, huge squirrel go in that tree?
Oh yeah.
Let's go show everybody that tree with the hole in it. I forget where it was. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. Well, there's a bagworm.
Yeah. Silly bagworms.
Yeah. The bagworm's bags are just yuck.
So we're gonna go around this corner right here, and there's a tree with a hole in it, and we're gonna see if Mr. Squirrel's out.
Wait, is the camera there yet?
Yep. Oh, no, I haven't hung it yet. Well, there goes an owl. Is that an owl or a buzzard? What is that? That may have been an owl, because he was really, really quiet. But there's the tree that the squirrel lives in. And we know he's in there because there's a bunch of nuts below the tree, huh?
Yes.
He comes out and sits on his porch and eats nuts. Acorns, walnuts, hickory nuts, pecans,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Wait, but hickory nuts might like hurt him because they're really too like strong.
Actually, that's one of the only animals that can just get it right out of there. He's got really strong teeth. Just opens it right up. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
You know what we need to do? Shut this thing off and just let people listen. Ready?
Yeah.
It's still beeping. Hang on. How pretty was that? Pretty pretty. What'd you see? Where's that?
What?
Where's that?
It's like an orange thing wrapped around it. It was over.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Look straight. See it?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What?
That's our property marker. That's the edge of the property. But you know what's crazy? That's only halfway. Yeah. We have a whole nother 660 feet. Like a little over 2 football fields. More to go. Isn't that crazy? I see a huge bird sitting on a tree up there too. I don't know if it's an owl or... You holding on?
Yep. I'm holding on.
He's in those trees that are dead right there. Or I say dead, they're not budding, that's for sure. He may not fly away if he feels safe. We're not very close to him. Keep looking forward because they're gonna fly. You see him?
Yes.
There's 2 of them. You see both of them? See how close we can get before they fly away. There they go. There goes one of them. got a red head, so I don't think he's the dangerous one. He only eats dead food. The black ones will actually hunt. Those are the ones we gotta watch. See him?
Take a picture.
I did. Now if I drive forward, he'll fly. You ready?
Yes. I see him right now.
There he goes.
Yep. Okay, that was a mission complete.
That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that was a mission complete. But one mission that's not complete is me bonking my head on it.
Oh yeah, you bumped your head looking out the window. That's okay.
Yeah.
Before we go in, guess what I just saw?
What?
I saw a bird fly out of the rafters. You know what that means?
I don't know what a rafter is.
The rafter? That's the roof rafters. I saw a bird fly out of them. So there's a nest somewhere. Can you find it?
Wait, if you see it, then can you please show me it?
Do you see it?
No. No.
Look up.
Is that enough up?
Right there. Look right here.
Oh.
Should we see if there's any eggs in there?
Yeah.
Okay. We won't touch it. I can't lift you that high, but I can stick my phone up there and we can see if there's any eggs in it. Then we'll watch.
Okay.
Then we'll watch our phone.
I want to see it.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, I told you fish were in that water.
Sure is. That's awesome.
See, I told you fish were in that water.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I told you fish were in that water.
Gorgeous. So I knew that last clip you saw, afternoon everybody, actually it's evening. It's been 4 or 5 hours since you saw Adler and I spotting those fish. The other day I came down our hill and I saw a heron. And I knew that there had to be fish in here because I've seen him a couple of times. So sure enough, and I'm not sure like where they go. We've got a little, our property ends back there, and we've got this little inlet from this creek right here, and I'm not sure like if they go back in there. I'm not sure if they swim upstream, but it is time for them to spawn. So I'm guessing that's what she was doing. The fish, not the heron. All right, I'm gonna get back in here for this part. So whether you're new here or old here, the reason you likely clicked on this video is due to the thumbnail and the title. And we have not been putting this off. We've been waiting for the right time. And 2 videos ago, I alluded to the fact that I'd be sharing with you what happened to Oreo and Butters, 2 of our goats from the old farm. Now, Oreo and Butters were the last ones at the farm. Everybody else is here. Nobody got left behind, so to speak. Everybody's here. We had kind of an emergency, though, there towards the end of getting everyone here except for Oreo and Butters, and here's why. 2 videos ago, one of y'all asked about the last 2 remaining goats, and I pinned that comment to the top. So that way, everybody could get it out of their system and just ask questions. And, you know, about 3 or 4 months ago, Tom Pemberton posted 3 videos relating to when TB, tuberculosis, hit his farm. And he just led off with the video right smack out of the gates of healthy animals died. And what he means by that is they had to cull them. And Oreo and Butters had to be culled as well. Cull, C-U-L-L. That's when you remove an animal from your herd that is not beneficial and could potentially harm the herd even. There's an official definition, okay? Feel free to look it up. But yes, we made the decision based on a couple of vets, and one particular channel with hundreds and hundreds of goats, a very well-known channel. And if you remember, we had Ginger, Snap, and Dottie, 3 goats we bought at a local auction house. Ginger showed up. I bought them online, which I've bought plenty of animals. Mama, our alpaca, who's now birthed 2 baby alpacas, perfectly healthy, came from this auction. I bought them from that auction online, and Ginger showed up with a mass below her neckline. And that can be a couple of things. Our vet initially said it didn't look like CL. I ain't gonna even try and pronounce that. But it wound up being CL. And I don't blame our vet for it. I'm not gonna speak to the auctioneer and the auction house and how he missed that softball. Well, Chad, you bought her online. You should have said, no. When you're bidding online in an auction, you have to really trust your auctioneer. And trust me, I've changed my mind about bidding online. You can't make out definition like that with the auction camera. Not with this one in particular anyway. But yeah, she showed up, Ginger did, and she was sick. A few weeks later, and there's a video about it, her doeling got it, because that's how it's transmitted or whatever, is from a nanny to a kid, or if that mass ruptures and any animal eats it, that animal's gonna get it. And after Oreo and Butters and 2 or 3 of the alpacas were the only ones left, we went to get everybody. And we were able to actually get a couple. And then we had to make sure that what we thought had happened wasn't true, but it was. Oreo had grown a mass under her neck. Now here's how that happens. It must have ruptured on Ginger, and Oreo must have also, she had to have eaten it. There's no other way to put it. Now she could have had like an open sore on her ankle and brushed up against the same nail, but the likelihood is far more, according to the vet, that she ingested it. And that happens. It can also, hang on though, it doesn't mean that Oreo did it intentionally or walked up and did it, but what it means is some of what Ginger had must have gotten in a trough and Oreo ate from that trough. That's the most likely scenario. Goats can live with CL. Any animal, I believe, can live with CL for life. The problem is, we don't just have goats. We don't just have a few goats. We don't just have a small herd on 2 acres. We're like this other channel that I was referring to, where we've got a lot of goats now, a lot of other animals that are healthy, that are not infected. And basically what happened was, someone owned Ginger, Dottie, and Snap and knew they were sick. And they brought them to the auction. And for $217, before the auctioneer took his fee, so $175, they ran 3 goats through the auction. They knew were sick. They knew could contaminate a herd. They knew that it could contaminate somebody else's farm, someone else's registered longhorns, alpacas, dogs, donkeys, pigs. Someone sold an animal knowing that it was sick. And then it did. It contaminated 2 perfectly healthy goats, Oreo and Butters. Within about 6 months, it contaminated those 2 other goats. and her doelings. There's a lot of science in how long it can live on the dirt. The property is at no risk. We're not worried about that. We weren't waiting to tell anybody for that reason. But we do know someone who had it and had to let a pasture rest almost a year because it ran rampant through their herd. And an entire pasture, you can't go mow it. You got to throw away the feed bunks. You have to like completely start over. And you can't mow it. That's what I'm saying. You can't mow it because if it gets on that mower and then you run the mower through the good pasture, the healthy animals can get it. That's how fast this spreads. Now, there are some people who live with it. When my mom and dad, Grandma and Grandpa Doss Farms, were looking for new goats, they reached out to a lady on Craigslist, started to go get them. And the lady said, I need to let you know that my herd tested positive for CL. And God bless that lady and her heart for understanding what she could do to someone else's herd, animals, land, and all that. Because hang on. I don't mean to be jovial through this. I've just had a lot of time to think about it and talk with veterinarians. I've watched Tom Pemberton's video where he had to call family and friends and neighbors that he'd either sold beef to. And I think the beef was okay because all the beef is tested for TB before it's distributed. But he had to call his neighbors. I mean, just a huge ordeal. So please understand that I've had some time to prepare for this and think about it. That's the only reason I'm able to get through this. And it's so fresh on our minds. That's why Ray's not sitting right here. Okay. It was the most difficult thing I've had to do. Putting an animal down that's dying or hurting, that's visually hurting, is not a difficult decision. I've had to do that. Putting an animal down that's older, that has clearly started to suffer as it's passing, that's not a difficult decision. But when an animal knows nothing and has no idea what's going on, and then you just have to do it, that's not okay. That's someone poisoning your farm. And if I could track it down, I would, and we'd have a very, very long, difficult conversation. I can't even leave Oreo and Butters. I didn't at the old farm. I can't bring them here to bury them. I can't use my troughs. The reason we had such a difficult time transporting some of the animals was I couldn't let Oreo in the trailer. Oreo was so friendly, she would just jump in the trailer. And I couldn't have that happen because of that sore, that mass, that bacteria, that virus, whatever it is, that disease. I couldn't let it enter the trailer. So that's why sometimes I left empty-handed. That's how dangerous, and that's the position somebody put us in. So what bothers me is, and the decision that Ray and I had to make was, we can't run them back through the auction. Now, hang on, we thought of this too. Dad actually reached out to the lady who had the herd with CL. She was getting out of the goat. She was getting out of it. She was no longer going to have goats. She was going to let her pastures rest, whatever. But we tried to find somebody who would be willing to take them as they were. But the other side of that is talking to a true herdsman. We're not doing our part when that happens. You're supposed to cull that animal. That's what you're supposed to do. And that was the most difficult thing I've done to date in my farming life and career. Because someone else put us in that position. Someone else poisoned my goats with their negligence for roughly $175. You know, we have a lot of wildlife in this property, as you guys have seen today. We have a lot of deer, we have a lot of turkeys, raccoons. I have not been trapping because we're not losing animals. There's no reason to, harm old Ricky because he wants to clean up what the cows don't eat from the cubes I dump of an evening. You know what I mean? So we haven't been doing that, but what I'm saying is we have a lot of life on this farm, and we couldn't bring those animals here, and we didn't want to leave them there for someone else to also go through what we did and have that bacteria live there in that soil. So we had to do a few things that I will never discuss because there's no point. We did what was recommended by a vet and a herdsman, and that's all you need to know. I'm not leaving it out because I don't want to tell you or I think you'll hate me. I'm leaving it out because I hate what someone else made me do. And I don't hate very many things at all. But someone made me do something I shouldn't have had to do. And I'm really, really struggling with that. I don't have to do very many things in life I don't want to do because I talk to Jesus. And when I say, I don't want to take down the trash, that's not what I'm referring to. I don't want to see my little boys get older. Those aren't the things I'm referring to. I'm referring to someone putting me in a position where I have to cause harm to something because as a steward of those animals that God has gifted me with, I had to do it. It was the right thing to do because someone else did the wrong thing. And that's why this has been so difficult. And I appreciate a few of you in that comment I pinned that said, guys, one person in particular said, guys, it's Chad and Ray. Something happened and they'll tell us when the time is right. And I sincerely appreciate that person. And I also appreciate those of you who have emailed, text, and constantly reminded us about those animals. But you also need to remember, just because I put my life out there doesn't mean you're entitled to every single bit of it. And I've always got a place in time, and so does God. And remember, I can't help it. I'm gonna link Tom's video down below because Tom waited longer than he wanted to wait to share his story about his dairy cows. But he had a duty to family, friends, neighbors, and business, and YouTube. And it wasn't necessarily that any of that was in any particular order, just like it wasn't here. But I had to go through the proper channels because I'm brand new to it. Tom is too. Tom said in like 50, 60, 70 years, his dad's never had an outbreak. And then it happened. So here I am, 4 years into my adventure, okay? 4 years into my farming adventure, or venture, however you want to look at it. And I had to make this difficult decision. And I just, man, that's wrong. Because what if I'd run those animals through the auction just to save their lives like someone else did? And then someone else, like take, Brad and Deb from Piney Grove, our friends who I introduced you to a few weeks ago. Let's say they run to the auction. They have no idea what they're getting into, just like we didn't. And they buy those animals and they put them on their 20 acres down in Florida. And then their 20 acres and their herd is immediately infected with something that can kill everything. I know it can live, okay, but that bacteria and that virus does things to the animals. They cough. It's very uncomfortable. It's the size of a softball on a goat that's technically a Nigerian dwarf pygmy in Oreo. Tiny little goat, 20, 25 pound goat. She might have been 30 or 40. And let me say this and I'm gonna move on. They weren't pregnant. We know that, okay? We thought they were, they weren't. That may be why they were at the auction. That happens a lot too. They older, couldn't get pregnant, something along those lines. I don't know. But they weren't pregnant. But yeah, somebody like Brad and Deb with their dream property, they've worked hard on it, they've put in fencing, and then they buy that animal. That's what we did. I had my dream 20 acres, and then we wound up with this dream 40 acres. You guys know the story. And somebody was going to stick us with something like that. And they did. They poisoned our herd. They poisoned my pets. I already told you guys, even if Oreo wasn't pregnant or Butters wasn't pregnant, they were just going to live out their days there. They were very calm goats. Very calm. Butters was a little bigger than I would have liked to have kept. But so be it. That's okay. She wasn't an intact buck like Bruce, so she'd have been all right. But yeah, man, I need to go.